So, how you doing, Brandon?
Good, and yourself?
Yeah, real good, man. Real good.
Are we going right here?
Yeah, let's
Cool.
just jump straight into it.
Might as well, huh?
So, today I think what we're going to do is just going to go over your fight with Kai Kara France. And I want to speak to you a little bit about like the psychology and like what you're thinking in certain moments, if you can even remember.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, how's Fight Island treating you, buddy?
Oh, it's the greatest, man. I'm just out here living life, just fitting in, trying to be a local, you know, just going nude under the garb under here, just free balling it, you know.
Where did you get it from?
There's like a store like one of the other hotels they have it, but like when we're walking past that one, I think they had another one for sale. So I don't know, I might be able to come up, get a different color, get a couple different colors of this. I'm here for like a few weeks, so. But this is actually the move, man. This is like. It's like breezy under
that's
here.
That's what I need right now. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
So, so this is your second fight in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Tim Elliott being your first one.
Yeah.
So when did you even get into fighting?
I got into like the UFC and stuff, like probably like when I was like in like maybe 6th grade. Like I was just into it, but like I was only watching like the stand-up portions of it. I always thought the ground game was lame, you know, and it took a little bit. You know, what's funny is I got like a big comparison to like Nate Diaz and stuff, and the Ultimate Fighter 5 is right when I started paying attention to, because Nate Diaz was submitting everybody, and so it's kind of funny that I got that comparison a lot in this fight, because I like he's like. So what the real story behind it is, me and my brother would box and kickbox and stuff, and then we'd fight each other like pretty much every day. We'd practice and like, I don't know, just kind of push each other or whatever it is, and just like try to, like, it wasn't like we're trying to knock each other out, but we're trying to make each other better, and like it was just fun, you know. That's what we do as like boys. And he started choking me out, and like he started like initiating stuff, and like I remember thinking like, why is he doing this? Like I remember thinking like, it's a lame part of the sport, you know, like why are you trying to do all that? And but he was like effective with it, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, well, I got to start paying more attention to the ground game and stuff. So I started paying attention like the more the jiu-jitsu guys in there and stuff, and started learning like a little bit from TV and stuff. Because I always kind of like thought of myself as like, I got like my first stripe as a white belt under Joe Rogan, just like listening to his analysis and stuff, and just paying attention from the TV and stuff.
That's funny you say that. I feel like I got mine from the UFC game.
Oh really?
Have you ever played
that?
Yeah, man. Like they teach you like the transitions and like when you're in side control where you can go next. And, like, it's really good, man. It's pretty good. I had another fighter said that the UFC game, I can't remember who it was. I don't want to put them on blast, but yeah, there's a few that have been using it. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. That's great. Just that little thing, just watching the details and stuff, and then practicing with my brother. And I remember thinking, I'm gonna be good. Like I remember thinking I was gonna be at least a blue belt. And I walked into a gym and I thought I made up a move. I actually hit Kai Kara France with this. I thought I made up a move like a sweep. It's that double ankle grab, and like you push him down with your feet. And I'm like, oh, I thought I made it up. And I walked into a gym and watched a little girl hit it, and I was like a 5-year-old girl hit it, and I remember like, oh, I suck at this. Like, I'm not good at all. And like it was like a harsh reality when I walked into a gym, and like I was just getting tapped out left and right and stuff. And so I got into it with my brother, and like it was mainly just striking. I was a huge boxing fan when I was younger, and then it kind of just progressed and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, probably like right when I was 16, I walked into a gym called Gum MMA, like the size of a shoebox, and then kind of progressed through that like way, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you're a black belt?
Yeah, I'm a black belt. But Mark Montoya, my coach now, was the kickboxing coach there. So I was like already learning from him. So I've been with him for a long time, man.
Fuck, that's really cool now, because obviously he does Factory X now, right?
Yeah. He's the head coach of Factory X and started his own gym and all that stuff. So
that's cool. I've got a bit of an interesting / funny question here, because I want to know like how you feel about Darren Till running away with your nickname.
All right, yeah, that's what. So people were saying that like I took it from him, but I've been Raw Dog since. Like we were making it up as an amateur or whatever, like they were calling me as an amateur, and it was like a funny joke, but like I've been fighting. Yeah, okay, so it came from a drunk guy in the crowd. Like I have a friend that was drunk in the crowd yelling it, and they're like, "Raw Dog him, this, that," which is hilarious. Yeah. And then they're like, "Yeah, Raw Dog Royval," and then we just like made jokes about it. And I fought for World Series of Fighting once, and they used their Raw Dog nickname, and I knocked the guy out, and I was like, oh, I'm sticking with this nickname from here on out. Because like when I first did it, I was like, I wonder if they'll say it on TV. And they said it on TV, and I remember like right before that fight, I'm super nervous. The camera's in your face, and I'm like, and they say Raw Dog, and like I had like a little giggle in my head, and I'm like, like it calmed me down a little bit. And I remember thinking like, well, that's probably a good thing. And like, so it was just started off as a joke, and then they ended up saying it, and then we just like, fuck it, let's stick with it, man. And
That's cool.
and it kind of like, and then once you have the nickname Raw Dog a couple times on TV, it'll never go away.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I remember like saying like, oh, I'm not going to use it, and the announcer's still just using it over and over again. I had a manager that's like, don't use the nickname Raw Dog, and the announcer still said it. I'm like, I promise, I've been telling him not to do it. Like, so that nickname doesn't go away. But as far as like Darren Till using it, man, I like it as like free branding. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense that if Darren Till's saying it, like I get tagged in a lot of his posts now, which is funny. And I don't know. And then I saw Adesanya like post about it, and then I don't know. It has to, like, I think it's good for me in the long run, but it also sucks that like these guys with bigger names are saying this, and I'm like, I just get kind of swept under the radar with it, and like they're like, you stole that from Darren Till. And I'm like, I've been Raw Dog since before they've been like, I've been Raw Dog since before Darren Till got his pee-pee touched. You're like, bro, I'm telling you guys, I've been Raw Dog forever.
Oh, that's quality. It's funny, man. You just said something there about like being nervous, because the energy in you fighting and the way you fight. Like if I was to look at you, I would just, you just don't give that like aura whatsoever.
Yeah. It's always before. Once I get in that ring, it's like it like I don't know. Like instincts take over. Really, that's really what it is. And like that's the cool part about fighting is like I feel like I overanalyze everything in my life and overthink a lot of things. And then when you fight, like you're just like almost like you can't think. If you're thinking, you're dead. You know, you're getting fucked up. So it's just like a little bit of freedom in there, and like you're just reacting and you're finding all these little bit of things. And yeah. So it's a little bit of that. Like it just, I don't know. I always feel like I fight like a little free, you know, and like you can't think, you can't overthink there and there. And that's like the beautiful part of sports, because I feel like once I'm actually fighting is the only time I'm not just overthinking something, you know. And like there's always like a quick portion like where I got dropped in that fight. It was like, oh fuck, but like right after that, you're reacting because some dude's about to punch you in the face and finish you. So then you're just reacting to the next spot in it, you know? So it's like a little bit of like, I don't know, I always feel like a little bit of freedom when I fight. And it's weird, but it's good. It's good because it like causes a lot of like, I don't know, like just cool transitions and like a flowing transition, you know?
That's it, man. That's what I was about to say. It's like a real flow state mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit, well, it is 100% what the brand Full Reptile is based off. It's like
that flow state.
Exactly, man. It's like accessing the reptilian brain and just being a passenger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just letting the reptilian brain just take over and you
I
just
like
ride
that.
it.
I like that analysis too. Is because sometimes I feel like that. I feel like I'm just along for the ride, and like I'm just letting my body just do its natural thing, and like it's like not scary when you're in the middle of it, and like when you're in the middle of like fighting, it's just you're in the middle of it. But like when you're thinking about going out there and fighting, and I'm like thinking about like, oh, I'm about to like Adesanya's next. Dominic Reyes is next, and I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of eyes on this fight, and like when I'm walking out there, I'm like, god damn, this sucks. Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to get beat up in front of my mom and dad, and like all this stuff's going through my head. But like once that bell rings, it's like, well, this dude's about to punch me in the face. I better quit thinking, you know. I better just start acting, you know. And that's like I said, that's a beautiful part about fighting to me.
Cool, man. Well, you haven't seen this fight yet, have you?
No, just clips, just little clips of it.
Right.
Like I said, I've been on this island this whole time.
So
I'm pretty stoked.
Let's have a little look at this then.
I mean, kind of. We'll see what happens.
So, here we are. So,
at this time, I'm like, don't look at Bruce Buffer.
Really?
Don't make eye contact with him, otherwise I'm probably shit bricks. Yeah, I have my head down. I remember thinking that in my head. I'm like, don't make eye contact with him. You'll get too nervous.
did you eventually make eye contact?
No. I think I keep my head down this whole time. He's announcing my name. It's funny, like what you think about before a fight, but I remember thinking that specifically. He's like, don't make eye contact with the camera or Bruce Buffer. Because you're like, overthink everything once that happens.
I can imagine, like, you just end up thinking about really strange, random things as
well.
always.
It's probably way worse when there's a crowd, because someone's like yelling something dumb in the crowd, and you're like, is she talking about me, or?
Right, let's get into this. So, here we go. Right, there's a moment straight away here that I was really curious about what you were thinking of.
Ooh.
That's it.
Yeah, right there.
What happened? So obviously we're like 8 seconds into the fight, right? Kai's throwing a leg kick. You're down. Not hurt, obviously.
Yeah.
But what's the psychology right now?
I was kind of interested to see if he was gonna follow me up or give me the space, and he gave me the space, and I was like, all right, perfect. Like, then I already know exactly how he's gonna approach this fight and what the game plan is, you know. Because this is a good time to run up on someone, like hit him, you know, and like he didn't do any of that. He said, all right, come up. I'm like, all right, cool. He's gonna strike the whole time. That's what I wanted to do anyway. So I was like, all right, cool.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because as this goes through, you watch Kai he just allows it. He allows it.
Yeah, he gave me
You're
space.
up.
He gave
You're
me
up.
space to get up and everything. So,
Yeah,
which is cool.
And then now, obviously, you start to take control of the octagon. You know, you start pushing Kai back.
Yeah, and I was trying to stay really kick heavy with that, like going straight to the head though, because he's gonna keep that right hand at home. This is where I mess up. I go body. When you go body.
So what keep so this bit here, just before here. What's going on in your head right here?
Oh fuck, for sure. It's definitely like an oh fuck situation where I'm like, oh, this is not going good right off the bat, and I was like, this is about to be a 10-second like. Cause I remember like when I walked out there, I'm like, 50 G's, I'm gonna go out there and make money. I was like thinking that right off the bat, and I knew I was gonna go out there. Like I knew we were gonna like I have a good. It's fighting Kai Car France. I knew I had a chance to go make $50,000. You know, like this is a great fighter, and he's an exciting fighter, and he's gonna try to knock me out. And I was like, 50 G's is going in my pocket today for sure. And I hit that. I'm like, 50 G's is going in his pocket. It's like goodbye, bro. I was thinking money this whole entire time.
Was this whole thing like? What were you? Was that? Were you?
I swear, my whole entire life. As soon as he hit me, I was like, that like I'm a highlight reel. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what went through my head. I'm like, this is not good. Like panic mode for sure.
That's very interesting because, like, what you do next.
This is where he makes the mistake though. Watch this. You see where his foot is right there? His foot's going to the outside of my body. It's not a mistake. It's a really good thing against a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter. But I'm a southpaw, and I'm used to sometimes messing up that footwork. So his foot steps to the outside of my body, and right when I fix it, he's gonna step in right here. So watch. Look at that. He's at the outside of my body. So now he committed, and now he's walking right into it. So since his foot's the outside of my body, he's committing himself right into that elbow. So sometimes, like what he's doing right there is to set up that right hand. And I'll do the same thing. You always want to beat him because you're gonna take that the rear foot, and that's gonna give you that like step in with the rear foot and the rear hand. But when you get beat on that angle, depending on how far he is, it leads to a backhand. Like you can commit to a spinning back fist, or if he comes in real close, a back elbow. I have a bunch of these back elbows in fights where like I messed up my footwork and they committed in because they had me beat to the foot on the outside. So anytime you're a righty and you're fighting a southpaw, and you're not used to fighting southpaws, because it's not the most common like stance, right? They always, what every coach is going to say is beat him to the outside, beat that foot to the outside. So it's majorly in their head to fight the outside, and that's what they're going to need to do. So in his head, I bet you the whole entire time, I got to beat him to the outside. I'm sure this is going to be the battle the whole entire fight is, who has the outside footing. And for me, I don't really care that much, because I'm used to doing stuff like this, where I can mess with the footwork, because I'm a southpaw. I see it all the time, you know? I see when I mess up what I can do off of it. And what I can do off of it is a lot of times if they commit hard and they have that outside foot. So this actually comes off a mistake that happens, and this was a mistake, but it's also something he does right. So he made the right step, took the foot to the outside, and that's what's going to get him caught right here.
That's fascinating, and it makes a lot of sense. But what doesn't make sense to me is like how you knew that in the moment, because obviously you know it in the moment because you're a fighter, but I mean you got dropped. And then you stand back up, and then he fell again. Like, if that was me, my head would just be like, shit, just get back up, bro. Do you know what I mean? But the intricacies and like the nuance and the actual skill that you're employing here is just fascinating.
So with the back elbows, I have like a 2-minute highlight reel of back elbows, I swear. Like, I have a bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah. But it's something I'm really successful at for some reason. But it's because righties commit hard to it when they're fighting southpaws, because that's what their coach is going to tell them to do every time. You're fighting southpaw, beat him to the outside, beat him to the outside. And they will beat to the outside because it's their main focus. And that's his main focus for this fight, and that's why he stepped right into it.
So how many guys have you fought with the opposite stance?
Pretty much everybody.
Really?
There's been like 3 dudes I fought with the same stance, and their whole entire game was to wrestle me. So, yeah.
That's interesting. So let's watch this. Let's go back a little bit for you so we can watch that again.
So I go to the body. That's where I made a mistake. I wanted to stay at the head early on in the fight, because if I stay at the head, it's going to keep his right hand at home. So see, the plan is stay at the head, keep that right hand at home, and then set up the body later when he's afraid of the head kick.
Right.
I committed to that in 20 seconds. So that's where I made a mistake. Is I got overzealous, went to the body, and stepped right into that kick. And look at that. That also happened because he has me beat on the outside foot. So he's stepping all power in.
And Dan said something really interesting.
About him not pushing that through. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But that punch landed as hard as that punch could land right there.
That little stall in the foot, was that like
strategy.
Like
That was I think I went to go get up, and I'm like, I'm on fucking wobbly legs, like,
and then
not anything rehearsed. Boom. Yeah.
And bang.
That was.
See, that was close, wasn't it?
So someone asked her like, "Oh, you aimed right for the neck." I was like, "I did not aim for the neck. I was aiming for that dude's head. I'm lucky enough that it hit his neck." Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Killer instinct, man. Yeah, you don't know, bro. Yeah. It's like killer instinct is like what leads to that back elbow, but it's also what's almost led to a DQ right there. So it's like it's good both ways, or it's good one way and it could be bad one way. You know what I'm saying? And that almost fucked me for the whole fight. And almost like I don't know if he would have got hurt, like that'd been horrible, you know, or whatever. I'm sure Kai Kara France would have ate that, but still, like the fact of the matter is it was that close to being over right there.
For sure. And what we see next is also beautiful, man. Like we're 30 seconds into this fight, bro.
Yeah. My favorite fighter, Nick Diaz.
Yeah,
so,
is it?
Yeah. So as soon as I hit this, I remember thinking, I'm gonna retire after this.
Not, bro. I bet he was watching, thinking, God damn.
So I was gonna pass out the Plata, but he turned his head into it. Yeah.
And that's what he caught Gomi with, right?
Yeah.
Nick Diaz.
Yep.
He got Gogo Plata, didn't he?
Yeah, with Gomi.
And I believe he got disqualified
because he was high as fuck.
Brilliant. But these transitions, bro, talk me through them.
Okay, so I have his arm trapped on the far side, so he has to either commit to the omoplata or walk right into the go-go plata. So if I have my foot underneath his leg, he doesn't go anywhere. But I don't have my foot underneath his leg. He did a good job at stalling that out. See what he's doing with his leg? Yeah, he's gonna not allow me, because if I get my foot under his leg, he's fucked. I win that fight right there. But that doesn't happen because he did a really good job. But then he committed himself to the omoplata right there. So then I can kind of capitalize on that if I just keep that hand trapped. So I was grabbing the glove right there, honestly. But now I'm grabbing the back of the elbow. So I'm keeping in place with that. And if I can keep this wrist on the far side where it's doing that like little hook, he doesn't escape it. But he was almost out this whole time. So he's almost escaping, and now I have to kick him forward. So I know I kicked him. There it is. He's going to lose balance, and then that's going to cause him to roll. So now I can come up on top.
So were you looking for a leg attack here? Or just
no, I was looking for a sweep, but the leg attack was almost there. So I knew it was a possible option. I got overzealous. Like I was going over to mount. You see what I did with my foot right there?
Yeah.
It kept me from like where I can stay knee on belly, but not commit to going to half guard.
Exactly where.
So watch right here. I'm sliding over, but I'm gonna keep that foot right in his leg. So he can't regain his guard, but it's gonna give me the option to mount if I can get it. So look at that. I keep it there, and the mount's not there. Now I can go back to half guard instead of getting back to side control instead of getting stuck in half guard. So right here, I'm just controlling leverage, so he can't get up. So he has no power like to buck up. And then I overcommitted to. I shouldn't have done that right there. That's gonna get me stuck in half guard. And I'm sure this is probably the reason why he got up right here, probably. Yep. I did that. Oh, nice. So then I shut that down. Oh, I wonder if, I'm probably gonna free that leg then. Yeah, this is how I passed that half guard right here. Now you see his legs open. Now he can't hold me down in half guard now. So now I'm gonna free that half guard. Cool. Yeah. I haven't seen any of this, so this is good.
It's very dominant.
And then I messed up. Did that go back?
Do you want me to go back?
No, I think that did go back.
Oh yeah, it did go back. It did go back.
It seemed like he was almost out for a second. Yeah. Yeah, if I lose this arm, which I do right here, I lose the arm, now he's able to get up. That's where I messed up. Go for the back and missed it. Yep, did a good job wrestling. Then I was curious what happens right here. See if he'd stay on top. Well, nope.
Yeah, he doesn't want any of it, does he?
Yeah, which is smart. Yeah, I shouldn't have done any of that.
Why not?
Because I was throwing a weird jab. I flicked it out instead of sticking it. See,
and
you kind of commit. But that's a little bit of like being free right there, you know?
Yeah.
Just committing to fucking up. Okay, cool.
Did you clock
nice.
that?
Yeah, I think something happens here because I saw it on the highlight reel. I saw this on highlight reel, so something must happen right here.
I believe the knee comes here.
Oh yeah, okay. Damn, I should not have went for the guillotine right there. Oh,
Let's
damn.
go back. Let me just watch that back.
So this is actually coming off the kick too. So I'm throwing the kick here. He's watching for the kick. So I think I'm gonna have to feint it right here. So kick right here. Feint the hip right here, I think. Boom, yeah, feint the hip slightly, and that's gonna set up that knee. So it's gonna pause him a little bit and set up that knee. This is all stuff that we kind of work on as a southpaw, you know?
So you said to me you shouldn't have gone for that guillotine. What should have you done?
I should have backed out and fucking ground and pounded and just went for damage, you know? Because I'm going for a guillotine, and I think I put myself in a really bad position here, thinking I had it.
Some look.
Yeah, I think I go for a guillotine right against the cage, which is never gonna happen. Yeah, that was bad. So the cool thing is when you defend the guillotine, the arm and guillotine, if he grabs one arm, watch, he'll grab one arm to start pulling the hand. Now he can commit to a triangle. So as soon as he grabs, yeah, now he pulls that arm back. Now that triangle opens itself up. I miss it right here, though. He stacks up, but now like the double ankle sweep. Now I grab his ankles. That's the move I thought I invented.
You're telling me...
I thought I invented a move and some little girl hit it.
this was it. I mean, it's beautiful, though. Very well, I lost it.
Yeah. So he stacks up. I'm already grabbing the ankle. Boom. Now he has nowhere to kind of turn. So this is so I remember right here he posts his hand up. If he comes on top, I have an arm bar or triangle, but he doesn't. He bails out, which is probably a smart move. But if he comes up on top, that's a triangle city right there. Oh, and I attack the leg. Oh, that's good stuff, man. Pawn. See, when you go against someone with the right hand, and like a big right hand, I'm trying to draw it out of him. So I'm pawn at his lead hand to kind of make available the right hand. Pawn. Damn, I got swept again.
He just backs away every time.
But that was like I said, that's a good move right there.
Sure.
He's already timing that knee. Yeah, that's why you got to draw that hand out, and then you kind of commit on that. Dang, it's kind of a dogfight, huh?
Yeah, it's a real dogfight. Are you aware of that in the moment? Like, obviously, you're aware you're in a fight, and a fight's a fight, ain't it? But
that it's a dogfight?
Yeah.
No, not really. Just fighting, you know. Like anytime you get hit, you're like, all right, I gotta hit back, you know. That's cool though. That was some good transitions on the ground and stuff.
Definitely. I think, what did Mark say to you?
He said I was walking right into the right hand every time, which I was. I'm a long fighter. There's no reason for me to even commit that hard. You know, I could paw at him all day and draw those hands out and then commit to it. But I'm walking and being first, and then instead of like keeping my punches long, I'm stepping into it. Now I'm fighting this dude from right here, and I have a huge size advantage. There's no point in doing that. Just like you're crashing into that hand. And that's I was doing that in practice too. So I remember like being in the middle of like, I'm crashing into it again. And he's like, yeah.
You seem to be able to listen really well in the corner.
I listened, but I don't think I did it though. God damn, that's a perfect shot right there. He hit me so good. So that's good.
That spin.
Oh, that one landed good in that too. All right, cool. I thought I got dropped twice that round too. So that's good.
Right, here we go. Second round. Talk me through it.
Look at that. We're battling to the outside of the foot right there. You can see that already.
Let me go back to that. So we're battling for the outside.
Yeah, it's gonna happen the whole time.
Yeah.
He's trying to beat me the outside. I'm trying to beat him. And as soon as you win that outside race, that cross opens up. Notice he was dipping his head, so I was trying to bring a knee up a lot, you know?
Did you want the knockout in this, or were you...
Yeah, I wanted to knock out. I was not, like, I think everybody thought I was going to take him down. People were like, you're a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy because people take me down. And, like, right there, like I wouldn't have got the submission. Like, I wasn't trying to take him down at all, you know?
Yeah, it was his what's strange is that like he didn't want any of it on the ground. But
Yeah.
then his downfall was taking it to the ground right at the end.
So I think that I was just putting pressure on him, and like it's almost natural to kind of like you're either gonna crash in with a punch and come up short because like flashing too much, or you're gonna get a takedown. And I think he committed that takedown in the middle of it. I grabbed his neck, and he in the middle of like all that, he was like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that," kind of thing, you know.
Definitely.
But I remember when I went for it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get slammed hard here." So like just kind of bracing for the slam too. It was like.
I was expecting that as well, to be quite honest with you.
As soon as he did it, I was like, all right, I got to commit to the slam. But like honestly, it probably would have tightened it up more if he slammed me and didn't like knock me out or like put me in a situation where I dropped it. So it could have been either way. That was cool, man. Thank you for showing me that.
Mate,
I've been able to watch that fight.
I was watching your post-fight press conference, and somebody asked you who you want next, and I think you said Askar Askarov or Famiga.
Yeah.
Is that still where you want it?
I don't think either one of those are going to happen. So I think those guys are booked up. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Askarov would have been pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it would have been cool. He's actually probably a bad matchup for me. But once I think about it, he's not he's a good wrestler, but he doesn't commit hard to like positions. Like some guy like Tim Elliott will try to kill me on top, and that allows openings, you know, compared to someone that's going to stay on top and then like do little pop shots. It's not going to allow for openings to submit him or to get up, you know, and it could potentially be like a 15-minute bore fight, you know, and I don't want to lose, and I don't want to not lose in a boring way where I'm not scoring extra money, you know, at the very least, you know. If I'm going to lose, to at least score 50,000 if I can, you know.
Definitely.
So I think that's a bad matchup for me, but I also think I'm a bad matchup for him too, because he's going to try to take me down. I could either submit him, and on the feet, I don't think there's really a contest between us two. I think I have too much like swagger, I think is the right word, like, you know, I have like flavor, you know, where he's stiff.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. So, I mean, you're 2 fights into the UFC, and there's not many fighters, no matter who they are really, that get thrown into this kind of like spotlight. Are you feeling that? Do you feel it?
I don't feel like spotlight, but I feel like I'm in a good position to put myself in a title contention, you know? I feel like, I feel like I'm in a good situation to make a quick run to a title run, and I won that fight, and nobody's ever like, not one person's ever said like, fight someone ranked like lower than me yet. Like nobody's ever said like fight Jordan Espinosa or something like that. It's always been like Brandon versus Joey B, Brandon versus Moreno, Brandon versus Askar Askarov. Those are all guys ranked higher than me. So it's like all these like people that are getting thrown, like the names that are being thrown at me are exciting for me, because it's just like a step up for, you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
and like
bro.
if I can keep going up, man, that'd be the best situation. I could almost, if I can get a fight in the top 5, that's title contention almost, you know, and what a quick run at it, like to be here, because 4 months ago I was working a full-time job, you know, and like I was living a crazy lifestyle just to try to get here. And now that I'm here, I'm dressed in like a girl or whatever it is, and I'm in an island, bro, and I don't know.
4 months ago, really? It was that short?
4 months ago, bro. It was like maybe 5 months ago. It had to be like 4 months ago, 4.5 months ago. I was working a full-time job, and like life was pretty miserable. Like it was good, but like it was hard, you know. I was living a hard life, and like I'm here now, and I'm making good money, and like I'm making these bonuses, and I'm making a name for myself. And like it's weird because like I was telling my coach, it was like, this has been like a fast rise, it seems like, but like it really hasn't been, because I've been laying the groundwork in for years. And like, I don't know, have you ever heard the story of how a bamboo tree grows?
No, tell me about it.
Yeah, I'll try to make it as quick of a story as possible, but a guy plants some seeds for a bamboo tree and starts watering it, you know, and after 5 months he goes, checks up on it, and nothing, there's not anything in sight. After 1 year watering it, not anything. After 2 years, nothing. After 3 years, nothing. But after 5 years, it grows 10 meters a month. And after 5 years, it just grows exponentially until like it hits a certain amount, until it hits its peak. And you see all this quick growth, but what's really happening is the 5 years, it's laying all the groundwork, and it's laying its roots, and it's laying all the groundwork to be successful and grow quick. And people see the quick rise, but they don't see people laying its roots down, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel like this career's been, and this last year's been for me. Is I won the LFA belt, I got my black belt, and like people are saying like, and I got called up to the UFC, and then I was in the top 10, and I was number 9, now I'm number 7, and now they're talking about me fighting someone in the top 5 of the world. And it's like I was telling my coach, I'm like, this is like such quick growth, but it's not, because it's like I've been laying this groundwork and been growing underneath the roots, or growing underneath the ground the whole entire time. And like now that I'm springing up, it like seems like it's such a quick rise, but it's not, because I've been putting in this work this whole entire time, and I've been chipping away. And like I said, my life's been hard, and I've been like doing all this stuff underground, and just trying to grow, you know. And now that I'm here, it's like the greatest thing ever. And like I feel like people like I'm like super shocked, and like people are like, he's humble, but like I'm just shocked, man. Like I said, my life 4 months ago was like, it was crazy. Like it was, I was working full time, and like I had like a bare time to like do any of this stuff, you know. And like I was sleeping like 2 hours a night, and like just kind of barely making this happen, you know. And like trying to make it happen. Like at the same time, I also knew that like I can compete with these guys in the UFC, and then I'm better than some of these guys, and like, you know what I'm saying. So it was like one of those situations where I knew I was right there. I couldn't give up, but like it was like, if I would have lost that fight for the LFA belt, like I probably would have quit MMA, you know. And like I would never quit training, but like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know if I would still be right here, or would have committed to fighting as hard as I did, you know. And like the fact that I was able to win these fights and then get away with all this, and like now I get a short notice against Tim Elliott and then make myself number 10, and then I get a fight the next dude in line, which is Kai Kara France, which is like a big deal in itself. And then I get like a main card on it, mainly because what Kai Kara France has accomplished, not anything that I've done, and I go capitalize on that. And now they're talking about me fighting a top 5 guy, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's like the most amazing thing to me, because like I said, I was working in a juvie like 4 months ago full time, and like I was making ends meet. Like I had a good job, and like it wasn't like I was poor or anything, but like I was sleeping 2 hours, and I was like hustling hard, you know. And like the fact that I'm here and I'm making double bonuses on my fight, or like I made 2 bonuses already, and like I'm already under a contract renegotiation and all this stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it just seems surreal to me, and like I'm like pleasantly shocked. And then I go drop Kai Kara France twice in a round, and then I go finish him the next round. He hasn't been finishing forever. Brandon Moreno didn't drop him. Tyson Nam's a knockout artist, didn't drop him. Like none of these guys have done what I did to him, and it just seems surreal to me, man. But like at the same time, I'm surprised, and then I'm like I'm not. I knew I could do this. Like in my head, I knew I could. Like I worked hard for this, you know. I've been doing all this stuff to be here, and like I'm here, and I want to make a name for myself. I want to capitalize. I want to keep growing, you know. And I'm just so happy, you know.
Definitely, man. You deserve it, brother. You deserve it, man. Yeah, really happy for you, man. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry for going on a tangent. I know it's supposed to be 10 minutes. I don't shut up.
No, that's amazing, man. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you for your time, brother. I appreciate you, bro.
My man. Take care, dude.